I was feeling just so alone. I used to want to go and buy a gun.
I never thought that I would be in a position where I would have to ask for this kind of help.
It was like holding your breath for 4 years. What will I see now? What horrible thing will there be this time? What will it be? What will it be?
When he was born, the most important was that he would be healthy. The doctors asked a few questions about if there was anything different about him. So I was beginning to feel like there's something that's not quite right. But we had no idea that he would have any kind of a disability.
From the first day in my life was kind of difficult. I lived in Breslau, Germany, which is now Wrocław. I didn't know there was such a thing as the Holocaust at the time. For a while, we didn't know where my father was. They came to take him to concentration camp. For me, I recognize now I never latched on to anyone. My parents, I didn't feel I had a relationship with them. I felt scared. I felt fear. I had no friends. I was just a hermit.
The idea of having a child with a disability, we didn't know what would happen. We didn't know what his lifespan would be like. We didn't know if he could sit up, if he would ever talk, or if he'd ever walk.
6 months prior, it was easy. Worked at home and I could set my own schedule, and boom, everything started happening to where my life took a spiral. The illness had the potential to completely change my future. I was laid off from my job. Another thing was a relationship loss. So just one thing after another occurred within a very short period of time.
My mother was a brilliant teacher. She studied art. She spoke 3 different languages. And then as she got sicker and sicker, her abilities were disappearing from Alzheimer's. She started to hoard things like bananas, rotten bananas behind the microwave. She'd take her clothes off in public, and she'd wear 3 or 4 sweaters at a time and 2 or 3 pair of pants. You just want to say, stop doing that, it makes no sense. And then you just feel awful.
Came to the United States. I met my husband. We had an ideal relationship. And after childbirth, he yelled at me and I felt like a nothing. I couldn't stand up for myself. I lived with that fear for my life until very recently. I had to leave. That was the end of my marriage.
There's always an ache. There's an ache in your heart that, what if? What if he were, kind of the way we all thought he would be.
I lost my house. I had to go through bankruptcy, and I experienced a level of fear that I've never experienced before.
I used to feel suicidal. And what was the point? I was all alone.
After my mother died, I needed help in trying to remember what was really her and what was the horrible thing that had happened to her. I decided that it would be a good idea to go to the bereavement group at Jewish Family Service.
I had to seek some help.
They asked if I would like meeting some people. I said yeah, because I was very lonely.
Jewish Family Service really helped Nick at Shalom Denver. There is a job, you show up, you have a boss, you listen to your boss, and you follow the directions. It's self-esteem.
I'd gone to other food pantries, and they're just food pantries. I didn't expect that there would be such a broad spectrum of services. Utility bills, my phone bill, helping me with my health insurance. It was the job, it was food, it was everything that I needed at the time. It was to get me back on my feet again, and they did.
I'm eternally grateful that Jewish Family Service has a bereavement group. We began to heal because we saw other people healing, and they shared our grief with us. It wasn't just a job to them.
Knowing that Nick is connected, the compassion and caring and true love of seeing what people can become. It's been amazing. I really don't know if he would have such a good life without Jewish Family Service.
Our group ended 2 years ago, but we continue to meet together. My life has taken a wonderful new turn with what the support group has done for me.
I am extremely grateful, really, really grateful.
I have people to talk to and share my life, and I was just amazed how good I felt. It feels connected, being connected to the universe. They've changed my life miraculously.